The next thing I knew, though, it started raining and it got dark. I thought everything would be okay. Now, mind you, it's not. I noticed that that station was pretty much closed and already pitch black. There I was alone. So I started walking at 9:30 at night in a foreign country by myself alone. It was a different feeling of being alone. There was nobody I could call. Here's the scary part. As I'm walking, someone starts whistling at me. Hey, hey, you, hey, you, hey, rear, rear.
She be going hard hitting, cleaning videos, and she speaking autism. We all know that it ain't what you see, but I know one thing, you should take it from me. It's in the MAYC, MAYC.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're new, my name is Macy. Hey guys, hey, what's up? How are you guys doing? Hope you all are doing well. So as you guys can tell down in the title of this video, I have a story time video for you. So if you're interested in everything that I have to say about this, then just keep on watching. Okay, everyone. So yes, it is true. The title, it's not clickbait. I had a very scary and eye-opening experience as a solo traveler traveling alone abroad. And so I just did a video where I talked about my rules and things that I do specifically on how to stay safe. So if you are interested in those rules and everything that I do, I will leave that video linked at the end of this one. Watch it, check it out. I'm wearing the same clothes, okay, because I'm just spitting out content today. Okay, everyone, so let's go ahead and get into this. Now, the small town that I was staying at, I wanted to go to Cardiff. And Cardiff is about an hour and a half from the town that I was staying at when I went to the UK. So I woke up that morning, I took the National Express coach and went to Cardiff. When I got to Cardiff, I had a really good time. I had Welsh cakes, I had my English breakfast. I was walking around looking at the castles. I went to the park. I went to the mall. I think it's called St. David's. I'm going to be visiting the stadium, which is where the rugby games are, I think. So I had a really nice day, y'all. Like, my day was amazing. Now, the next thing I knew, though, it started raining and it got dark. Now, I didn't think that this would be an issue because I took the National Express coach. I had my ticket back to go back to the town that I was staying at. And I was like, okay, well, it's gotten dark. So I thought everything would be okay. Now, mind you, it's not. And it's in a rule when you watch the previous videos. So I was thinking, okay, everything is fine. I have my ticket to go back to the town I'm staying at. It's going to be okay. So after I got done with my amazing evening that I had in Cardiff, I walked back to the bus station. When I walked back to the bus station, however, I realized that the coach had been canceled. So that meant it was going to put me back into the town that I was staying at really late, or not really late, but around 9 o'clock, later than what I wanted. So I ended up waiting at the bus station for like 2.5 hours, waiting on the next coach. Once the next coach finally got there, I was like, okay, everything's great. I'm good to go. Or so I thought. So the National Coach Express, they go from station to station. They're not going to take you to your exact place or wherever. They're just going to the bus station, right? So when I got to the bus station and got dropped off, I noticed that that station was pretty much closed. So you couldn't go inside to be safe. You couldn't talk to anyone like the other stations that I was familiar with. And it was very scary. And it was like 9:30. It was like, yeah, 9:30 at night. Now the local buses, because they have local buses as well that like travel around the town. When I got on my phone and I looked up the time for the local buses, they weren't really running. They weren't running. They were, but from my understanding and looking at the app, the times get later and later until eventually they're not operating anymore. So when I got there at the station that was closed, and when I got on my phone, you guys, it was already pitch black. It was already like after 9 o'clock. And so the next bus, local bus, wasn't going to be there until another 30 to 40 minutes. Okay, I didn't know that. I assumed that all of the local buses just, you know, I guess I assumed that they would be running for at least 10, 11 o'clock. And this is why I say you have to do your research, because what I didn't do, the mistake that I made is that in that particular town, I didn't look up when the local buses stopped operating altogether. I just assumed that they went on and on. I don't know what I was thinking. The bus drivers would have to get off at some point in time, but I didn't think that. I just knew that at 9:30 that they would be there. So there I was alone at this bus station. I couldn't go inside because it was closed down. And I'm looking at my phone, and the next bus to get me back to my hotel from the bus station, I had to wait there for 30 minutes. So that meant I would have waited at that station alone for 30 minutes. I didn't know, and I guess in that case, I could have called a taxi or an Uber, but I didn't know how to get that information. And so the bus station to my hotel was about a good 30-minute walk. And that was the only option that I had. So I started walking at 9:30 at night in a foreign country by myself, alone. I remember how scared I was. I remember how alone I felt. Like I felt like it was a different feeling of being alone. Like I couldn't call my mom and be like, "Hey mama, can you come pick me up?" I didn't have the keys to my car where I'm like, "Yeah, I'm going to just take my car." There was nobody I could call. So here I am walking alone at night. And I remember passing a cemetery. So I just started walking as fast as I could. And that was where I was so proud of myself, because you guys know I'm a runner. Now, granted, I haven't ran since I left my watch, but I was fit. Like I was physically fit. And I just started walking. It was the longest walk I'd ever had. And here's the scary part. As I'm walking, someone starts whistling at me. Hey, hey, you, hey, you, hey, rear, rear. So scared. Y'all, I was so scared. I didn't even look at him. I just kept walking. I just powered through and I kept walking. Now in that town, everyone was already in bed or in their homes. Now here in America, 9:30 is, it's early, but people are randomly out, but nobody was out. When I was walking back from the station to my hotel, you guys, nobody was out. Everyone was already inside their homes, nestled in bed, comfortable, relaxing, and little old Macy is out there walking. I made a promise to myself that I would never get myself back into that situation again. And it was like, this is it. I was like, this is it. This is it. My family in America, they're not going to see me again. This is it. As I was walking through the neighborhoods, some of them were lit up, some of them were not. Oof, sends chills down my spine. And then finally, y'all, I made it back to the hotel. But I made it back and I learned a valuable lesson. Don't do that no more. And this is why I tell you guys to please do your research and expect the unexpected. Like, there's always going to be something that you leave out. There's always going to be something that you thought you knew that you didn't know. Because let's just face it, we can't learn every single thing. But I do take that experience and I'm learning from it. I grew from it. So you guys be safe out there, okay? Y'all be safe. Do your research. Expect the unexpected. Things are going to happen just like this. I thought that I had everything figured out and didn't, but I made it. And you know what? I wouldn't trade that experience in for the world because I learned a valuable lesson from it. I learned from that mistake. I learned that, okay, yeah, don't do that. Don't do that. I'm just happy that I'm here to share this story with you guys. All right. Thank you so much for watching. If you guys have questions, leave them down in the comment section below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Cheers.